Here are Ryan's top 3 favorite wrestlers. Number 3, Will Ospreay. Number 2, Kenny Omega. Number 1, Master Wada. No way, that can't be right. Damn! Now back to Jack and Ryan on the MonsterCast.
Favorite segment to end the show. It is Mark That Tweet, where we take a really bad wrestling take from Twitter and we bring it to light for you guys here. Enjoy. Here we go. And this is a 2-for-1, by the way. Just get ready for this one. This is a 2-for-1. We don't usually have these on here, but here we go. Let's go with the original tweet first. Mark That Tweet. Bobby Eaton, the pussy, at Aiden is strong, which I believe we've had at Aiden is strong on here before, but I'm not positive. Yeah. Cody Rhodes was such an insane fumble from AEW, and it is a miracle for the legacy of the elite. He signed that NDA. And then, quote tweeted by someone even dumber, at Master Hater 1, which makes all the sense in the world. Not a single day has any real AEW fan missed Cody. No one misses the Codyverse at all. Man wanted to work for his beloved dirty fed. Hope he's happy. All right. So I will say that as an AEW fan, and a real one, I do miss Cody at AEW. So you're a lying piece of shit already out the gate because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you just generalized everybody. And he had a shit ton of fans. The only thing that we didn't want him to do was still remain a babyface. We wanted him to turn heel. We would have probably liked him more as a heel anyway. It was the only thing that was stopping him from getting a better reaction, really. Like, he could have been a bad guy and still been getting cheers. He was a babyface, white bread babyface, and fucking was getting booed. He wasn't getting booed because no one wanted Cody in AEW. He was getting booed because no one wanted that version of Cody at that time. It had ran its course, all right? So let me go ahead and get that out the way. For the original guy, Cody Rhodes was not an insane fumble from AEW because Cody Rhodes fumbled Cody Rhodes in AEW. Now, I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, the first guy's fucking dumb. Cody Rhodes was not fumbled from AEW. If he wanted to leave, and just like we say every time somebody wants to leave WWE, you let them go. And you can say it's a fumble in the sense that, oh, they could have booked him better or whatever. They were trying to. They wanted him to change his character. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to still be the fucking face. He still wanted to do all the side shit and be the good guy and shake fucking babies' hands and kiss them on the forehead and whatever the fuck. That's on him. AEW didn't fumble shit. The only fumble with Cody was letting him book himself into a corner when he had way too much creative control before Tony was finally like, you know, this shit ain't really working. I don't like any of this weird whatever the fuck you got going on over here. I'm going to take back my creative control and you'll just have to do what the fuck I want you to do from now on. And then when it got to the point where he was kind of working without a contract and they were like, we really want you to fucking go heel, you'd really play into what we're trying to do with you, and then he just didn't want to fucking do it. AEW didn't fumble shit. They were about to use him correctly. He just refused to be used correctly. Now, just because WWE...
By the way, the Codyverse thing too, it wasn't like the ideas were awful. They just were not executed well at all.
Yeah, the Nightmare Collective stuff, try not to remember that. The
weigh-in.
The Agogo shit, yeah, all that was pretty bad. I mean, there was definitely some bad stuff. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't. But nobody was really complaining about his match quality or anything like that. He was still having really good matches. He had great matches with Sammy and stuff like that. His matches with Brody Lee were really good. So yeah, I don't know, I guess, where the AEW fumble part of this is. I'm not seeing it. So that part, completely fucking stupid. The second part, the problem with that is just the way that he says no one. No real fan. It's what we call in boring fucking debate circles, we call it a no true Scotsman argument. Or no true Scotsman fallacy, which is you can't presuppose your entire argument on a premise that only real X will say Y. It's fucking dumb. Like, nobody actually buys into that. It's very transparent when people do it. So, I personally don't miss Cody. I'm never seeing a program like, oh man, this would be so much better if Cody was here. I don't feel that way about him. I don't mind him. I like his matches. I think he seems like a really cool guy. I'm glad that he's, doing the stuff he wants to do, but I don't actively miss him. I don't actively miss any of the programs that he was really involved in. But to say no one does is fucking stupid. Like, that's it. No, especially framing it this way, like as any real fan. Anytime somebody does that, it's a pretty good indication. Just tune out the rest of what the fuck they say about everything. I understand the sentiment and that the Codyverse broadly was not super well received. But no, I mean, to say that no real fan misses him at all is fucking stupid. But
yeah.
I also hope he's happy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so, but here's the thing. Let's say this contract runs out, or whatever, and Cody wants to come back to AEW and they bring him back. When Cody debuts, you're still going to be happy for him, though, right? Because he's doing what he wants to do. It's not like you're going to be like, nah, fuck Cody, I don't want him to ever come back. That's the implication that I'm getting from this fucking second guy. Not a single day has any real AEW fan missed Cody. Are you kidding me? The man started out and ended with a 5-star fucking match. How can you tell me that you don't want that in AEW?
I would just say I don't actively miss his programs, but like, it's not like the implication obviously is that they actively don't want to see him, and that's not how I feel about it either. If he did want to come back for whatever reason, I'd be like, oh, good, cool, Cody's back. We'll see what he gets up to. We'll see if he's still stubborn this time about turning heel or whatever. But I'm not like actively against it. It's more just like passively uninterested. And if he came back and, you know, they put him in the world title picture or whatever, talk with MJF, I'd watch it. Of course I'd watch it. I'd be interested in it even. I don't miss the stuff that he did. Aside from, you know, I can acknowledge that he had a few good matches, but I'm not.
Could you imagine if he doesn't beat Roman for it or never wins the title, comes back to AEW and goes after MJF, the shit that MJF would tell him in a promo? Oh my God, it would be. You talking about people getting roasted? He would roast the fuck out of Cody, dude. It would be so funny.
Yeah. I don't think that would happen. Mostly because it would make AEW look bad, so I'm pretty sure Tony Khan said you can't fucking say anything about not winning the belt over there. Because then him coming back here doesn't mean shit. But yeah, no, it would be interesting. But
Two
no,
shitty tweets from two shitty people is the way I see this one.
Neither one of these. The first one's objectively like way fucking worse, and the second one just completely misses the mark as soon as you try to say any real fan. Shut the fuck up.
But I mean, he did it twice too. It says not a single day, so all the days since Cody's left, and then has any real AEW fan missed Cody? Like, it's 3 actually. You're saying that if you do miss Cody, you're not a real AEW fan, right? Any day that you've ever thought about him while he's been gone, you're clearly not a real AEW fan. And then you're trying to tell everybody that is a real AEW fan, like I guess you polled everybody like it was fucking Family Feud or something, that they didn't miss Cody, and you just got together with everybody and you're relaying the message to somebody with like it's 100% factual, and that's fucking stupid on 3 different levels right there. What man wanted to work for his beloved Dirty Fed? Hope he's happy. What about all the other people that are employed there?
When Miro or Andrade or whatever are out, like I actively miss seeing their match. Pac especially. Pac is a big one. Like whenever he's out, I notice it. I haven't really noticed Cody's absence from the program in the same way, so I wouldn't say that I miss him in that way.
I disagree. I miss his presence in the TNT title picture because we've been getting this fucking terrible ass Wardlow shit instead.
I mean, that's fine. Like I said, we're both real fans. It doesn't matter. But what
I consider you a real fan of AEW. Don't worry.
I hope so. All the fucking money I just paid to go see this goddamn show. So the point that I was getting at though is I have missed him in the sense that I missed him on BTE. I miss his involvement in just like general segments and stuff like that. Like,
could you imagine how good he would be on All Access as well?
Yeah, that too. I miss Fuego too, even though it was never confirmed that was him. Like, there's, you know, he was involved in some shit where I'm not, you know.
Where would he fit in right now with Fuego too? Would they just be like a Ring of Honor tag team?
Maybe, I don't know. I think Fuego is still...
Wrestle as Cody on Dynamite and Fuego 2 on Collision.
Yeah, when Fuego fixes up his foot injury, I'm curious what they do with him. I know he's been rehabbing that for a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck they slot him in on the card at this point too. Because obviously it was like a big deal for him to get signed because he was just supposed to be a jobber, and then, you know, he had friends in the company and worked really hard and all that. He got his contract. He got injured not super long after that, so I don't know what you do with him when you bring him back.
This is not it. I mean, and even though this is a shitty thing, I'm about to give him the entire Mark That Tweet treatment in a second. I would like to also point out, side note, that even though it wasn't such an insane fumble from AEW, I do think it was a little bit of a fumble to not renew and re-sign Leva Bates. I just want to throw that out there. I think that was a kind of fucked up move.
I agree, especially since she was doing so much behind the scenes stuff with a lot of the initiatives that they were doing with, like, I believe it was Heels, and then some of the, like, a lot of the
Heels,
public outreach stuff.
the setup stuff for the media, the video game stuff, the convention stuff, or like the little fan fest stuff, whatever. Yeah, she was like a huge part of all that shit. Like, yeah, I was not thrilled to see that she did not get renewed.
I wasn't thrilled to hear the way that it was done, which is a recurring issue there apparently, where she was, didn't really hear anything apparently, and then just found out that she was, like, there were no conversations with Tony or anything like that. So what it seems like to me is that they had her on as a wrestler, and she started doing some other stuff, and then they were kind of like, well, if we want somebody to do all this admin stuff and all this outreach stuff, it's cheaper to just pay someone to just do that and not have them sign as a wrestler. And so they just kind of let it lapse. But even then, you still have the conversation. You say, well, look, like, we can't pay you 120 or whatever the fuck to do wrestling contract.
Yeah, I agree, because you're barely wrestling. Yeah, exactly. You're not doing the Brandon Cutler double contract type deal. Yeah. So, but the other thing is, Brandon Cutler's not really doing a wrestling type shit either. So I would throw that out there too. The other thing is, I would say, like, even though all these things point to the communication issues of AEW still, even after all the steps they've taken, you can clearly see that they still have ways to go. I will say that on the good side of AEW, you got rid of BJ Whitmer immediately, so that was a smart move. And not only did you get rid of him, but you brought in Chris Hero and Jimmy Jacobs. So I'm very happy with those two signings. So, like, it sucks because it's like, man, I really feel bad for Leva Bates and how that was all handled. But then you kind of redeem yourself with that situation too. Like, I just wish you would do that over here with the contract situations, not just wait till somebody fucks up legally and be like, then you take action. You need to communicate with the people that are not fucking up in your company as well.
Yeah, I agree. I hope they end up working out something with her, because I feel like she was a real asset just for their public image and stuff too. Like, just a lot of the community stuff and the social media presence and things like that.
All right, let's end the show. At Aiden is Strong, at Master Hater #1. It's time to mark that tweet.
Listen up, you prick!
You don't know shit! Your opinions suck! You fucking mark!
That doesn't work for me, brother.
You're gonna be using that one a lot.
Hey guys, did you like that video? If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also catch full episodes of the MonsterCast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And you can also catch us live every Sunday on Twitch. All links in the description below, along with some sweet merch from yours truly, the MonsterCast. Deuces.